I've been asking myself a lot lately, what am I bringing into this moment right now? I think a lot of the times, the first step is checking in with ourselves. We get so outside of ourselves and moving and going and trying and attempting and external. We forget to check in with ourselves. So much so, sometimes we forget what even checking in with ourselves means. For me, it's asking, what am I bringing into this moment right now? What am I bringing into this moment? Because it doesn't have to be anything. What is keeping me from being simply here, in presence? The things that I bring to this moment dictate and color how I see it. And it's entirely up to me. Entirely. How do I feel? Do I feel light? Do I feel giddy, joyous? Do I feel clean? Do I feel anxious? Do I feel heavy? Do I feel disconnected? All of these things are questions that I ask myself as often as I can. It's like rocks in a stream. Everything we're bringing into this moment is another rock in the stream that keeps the flow moving and turning, and it's just really important. You know, a lot of this is just self-exploration for me. I don't really claim to know very much. Maybe have some experiences and know what has worked for me, but it's still all very open for interpretation. What I do find a lot, though, is like the present moment, unless it's a rare instance, isn't really pressing its thumb down on any pressure points we may have. More often than not, it's still. I ask myself very often, what is in my control? And it seems more and more, nothing is. Well, nothing external to me. So the things that are in my control are how I show up. And not necessarily what am I willing to add, but what am I willing to let go of? What are you willing to let go of? It's a lot easier to walk on that trail without a 100-pound backpack on, I've said this before, but here is now and now is new. Welcome to your new life. In every moment, we can choose to be reborn. Redemption must first be offered to ourselves. And it's crazy because the ego will say we don't deserve it. At least in my experience, the ego will say, yeah, but what about this? And it's really convincing, and it's It's really, really good at making its case. But when you're in the seat of self, the higher self, you realize there's no need, because you're in control. Your hands are on the mainframe, guys. You know? Outside of us, sure, a lot of moving factors, but inside we get to make the rules. Now, if you have a moral compass, you can feel guilt, you can feel shame, you can feel worry, you can feel doubt, sure. And you can tie it to things you've done or redemptions you feel like you don't think you're owed. But the truth, as far as I can tell, comes from our ability to, even in the face of that, choose to let it go. Choose to be reborn. Choose to act in this moment to the best of our abilities, connected to our heart center, doing the things that we know to be good. You don't want to skip out on the gift today is. Still thinking about all those days behind us. Here is now, and now is new. Welcome to your new life. As always, this is here if you need it.